Hello everybody, Bob6983 here, and we are back for some more Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age. In the last episode, we had quite the battle that happened in between the monsters that came from Heliodor and I guess just whoever was left in the last bastion. And in this episode, we are going to, I guess, end the threat once and for all from over here in Heliodor. So let's go ahead and I guess jump right in. There isn't much that I can talk about in this episode. I am going the wrong way. I should be going this way. My bad. But I'll try my best to, I guess, try to think of things that I could talk about while we make our commute towards the sewers of Heliodor. These are new enemies. They're like witch-esque type enemies. I'm not quite sure what to call them. But yeah, they're a brand new type of enemy. I don't necessarily know if we're going to be fighting them at the moment. But they are brand new enemies, so watch out. These guys don't really aggro towards us. This one maybe. Yep. That's just a stump. Doesn't really matter. I guess something that I could bring up, since it is just something I can talk about in general, is I recently got my hands on a PlayStation. It was given to me, and I've been trying to find games to play on there. However, I've come to a specific issue, which is a lot of the games on PlayStation are either a very long RPG, or it's a shooting game, or it's a EA Sports game. So it's been quite difficult for me to find games to play on there, but I do have like a specific selection of games that I want to play. So I'm getting to them one by one, but then after I do that, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, because there really isn't much more wiggle room to go from there. So the games that I have had my eyes on are some of the Little Big Planet installations to their series, or I guess maybe Sackboy, I'm not entirely sure. But I feel like I would want to start with Little Big Planet first, or at least the third one, because that's the only one that I can see available on the PlayStation Store. Alright, they are going to, yeah, they're going on their assault again. Here's hoping that they can defend until we're done over here. But yeah, I'm starting with saying a Little Big Planet, or I guess Sackboy Adventures. That's one game that I'm interested in. Another is the Uncharted series, because I've always had a very big fascination with those games. Ever since I would play the demos that, you know, Walmart used to have whenever they would have consoles. Whenever they used to be cool back in the day. But then they removed all those consoles and demos and whatnot. But yeah, the very limited time that I had to access all of that. Yeah, I just remember enjoying the demos too. I kind of want to go over there just to see whatever it is I can find. I had a very fun time playing those demos, is all I wanted to say. There was the dragon over here somewhere. There's a Draki there, don't really care. But yeah, that's the second game series that I'm trying to get into. Hello, dragon. Hello, 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 hello. I do kind of want to attack it, just to see how well we fare against this thing. That's just a blue dragon, right? That's a black dragon. Wakey, wakey. I'm going to sword stance. And I'm going to Dragon Slash. But yeah, that's the second game series that I'm trying to get into when it comes to PlayStation games. And the most recent one, and the one that I'm playing right now, is the Sly Cooper and the Thievis Raccoonus, because, you know, it's a platforming game, and I love me a good platformer. That does not include Crash Bandicoot. Absolutely not. I tried my hand at those. Those games are incredibly tough. I wanted to play Crash Bandicoot 2, but I don't have the... I'm not skilled enough, I guess, is what I'm getting at when it comes to that franchise. But doesn't really matter. What I was trying to say is, you know, I am playing Sly Cooper, Thieves Raccoonus, and I'm having a blast doing that. Yeah, that's realistically it. That's all I wanted to get out of, like, I guess, saying that I've been trying to get into PlayStation games. That's it. And I guess we kind of got our revenge on that Black Dragon for when he was chasing us over here when we were with Eric. But yeah, that's realistically it for this area. There's nothing collectible here, right? No, it doesn't look like it. Anyways, continuing onwards. Just wanted to do that before I guess we continued any further. No, it's this way. My bad. Since we have the key to the sewer system in general, I believe we are able to open doors that we could not. Oh, never mind. I guess my bad. I thought, you know, we were going through all the sewer system that we can get more stuff, but I guess not. Okay, it should be here. Or did I take a wrong turn? No, yeah, I'm right. What am I talking about? I was like, did I just go through the entrance? Or like, what's going on? No, I'm right. What the heck? I did take a wrong turn. So anyways, as I was saying, we're going to use the key that we got, and we're going to go through the sewer system. I was right with my directions, and then I just second guessed myself. My bad. Yeah, we're going to be going through the sewer system, and there were plenty of doors that we could not access when we were escaping Heliodor, like the sewer system in general, that we can now access. So let's go ahead and, I guess, see what we can snag along the way. There we freaking go. That knight is absolutely not much of a threat. I'll just walk past him. Okay, you bet that I'm absolutely going to be checking out every single area here, because we don't really get to go into this sewer system as often, or I guess checking through this area. Oh shoot, a Dracky, get out of the way. You two, please move out the way. Something I wanted to bring up, but it's not necessarily to like get at specific people. It's just me personally, this is like, I guess, a preference of mine, which is there is a specific joke that I hear a lot of people mention or say that I'm not necessarily a big fan of, just because I feel like it's overused. Maybe the first time it was funny, haha, funny. Ooh, a vicious metal slime. I would absolutely love to take that down. But what I was getting at is, no, man. Oh god, that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I would have loved the experience from that, but it's okay. It took 2 damage. It was close to being dead. I have accidentally hit my my leg just now trying to readjust it. But anyways, getting back on track. There is a joke, or I guess some sort of gag, I guess, that people say very frequently that I've heard, which is, oh, like they put like a specific circumstance and they're like, if I had a nickel for so-and-so circumstance, and then they're just like, oh, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it's crazy that it happened twice. And like, I've heard it one too many times, and I'm like, okay, man, just please say a different joke, man. Like, it's getting to the point where I'm like, oh, okay, you've said this multiple times, and it's no longer funny. Please change your joke. Please change up your arsenal. Don't just be using the same thing. That is a new move that knight just used, and I'm going to be personally using that very frequently. But not at the moment. I'll get into that later, but just keep an eye on that move that I just used. I don't know if that's a move that we can learn or not. I haven't actually looked at any move that looks like that. There are some weapons that I have absolutely no idea what they do. So apologies in case I forget to like explain something to you, or in case like you're like, oh, I didn't know I could do this, or oh, I know I could do this. Why aren't you explaining this?
We have carried the day.
Yes, Kendrick, we have. Anyways, do I have anything to heal? Anything for? I haven't answered. There we go. I lost my entire train of thought. All right. There are some weapons that I have absolutely no idea what they do or how to use them. Speaking of, I've been thinking about using axes because axes are actually pretty good and they have some really neat abilities. However, I'm torn between using axes, and for those of you who have played this game already, you already know who the axes are for, but I'm not entirely too sure if I should use axes or the other weapon. Well, I mean, I'm being very vague when it comes to that because I believe there's like 3 choices for weapons when I'm the person that I'm describing. But yeah, I'm still very torn about using either axes or the other weapons. But I'll maybe come up with a decision later. I'm leaning more towards axes because it would be my very first time using axes. But I'm not quite sure. I'll maybe dabble with that, but I really have no idea if I'm gonna 100% go for that or not. Because I've absolutely loved using one of the other strong weapon variations for said character, and I'm very comfortable with it. But it's just I really do want to try axes, is what I'm getting at. That's realistically it. Awesome. We gotta fight this guy again. But yeah, I don't really know too much about what the special abilities are for bows or for axes or there are specific abilities that some people will get if they use specific how am I describing this? Specific weapons that others will not get. Like for example, Serena will get different abilities for lances that Jade will not get, and it's quite interesting to say the least. But thank you, Hendrik. But yeah, it just all depends on what weapons you want or like what you choose for set of characters. I'm actually kind of thinking of maybe one day using lances for Serena, but I don't know if I really do want to or not. Because as you all can very well see, this is just one playthrough of this game that you all are seeing me do, or that you're joining along with. And we're at the, what, like 40 something minute, or not minute, 40 something episode mark. And we're barely at like maybe at the beginning of the second third of the game. And it's a lot of hours, to say the very least. We're like 46 hours into the gameplay, and to just put all that time and effort into one run of the game it's a very big commitment, to say the very least. Please move out of the way, you two Draki. Never mind. Whatever. Yeah, I guess that is all I wanted to say. Cassab. And only affected Hendrik. Okay, cool. I gotta say, we've been pretty big chilling in this area. I'm thinking of using one of the Sage's elixirs
Victory is ours.
to get my MP back. Am I going the right way? I am going the right way. Can you please move out of the way? Of course you won't move. I might be going the wrong way. They don't notice us. Awesome. Let me escape. No, I'm right. There we go. I'm gonna go get that chest before we leave here. Okay, cool. May as well use one right now. Wherever the heck they may be. There's the Elfin Elixir too. It restores all MP, period. I think I'll just use one of these. Yeah, no need to use the Sage's Elixirs. Sage's Elixirs do like 90 MP or something like that. No need. We are in the dungeons, correct? I think this is the dungeons. Okay, cool. I don't know if there's anything collectible in this area that I can go get. But regardless, I do have to go... I'll open up this area first. Oh, okay. A few treasure chests. Please don't be a mimic. Please don't any of these be mimics. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging! Have it. Oh, it was. The Cannabox did not like me saying that, or singing that song. Please don't use whack. You're using whack. Okay, it's on Hendrik. And you're using Sweet Breath on me. Cool. Maybe I should not have fought this thing. Because this thing has a very... Okay, thank you for using Forbearance. It's going to be a very big help when it comes to, I guess... whack. Okay, never mind. Doesn't really matter. Thank you regardless, Hendrik. Seed of Skill. It's always nice to have those. And what are you? Iron headgear. What will that do for me? Lowers my might and mending by like 10 for mending and 14 for might, but increases my defense by a lot. I'll hold on to that. If there's a boss fight coming up, then I'll equip that or something, because I don't really care to equip that at the moment. More pots. I'm assuming more mini medals or something. Nope, just awesome. In hopes for mini medal, you get poop from a horse. Seed of defense. Awesome. Let's go ahead and rest here, and there's a save point, so I'm assuming there's probably going to be a boss fight somewhere nearby here. Or I guess if you wanted to, I guess, take a break from the game, you can absolutely do that. So I can go to the dungeon lower floor or Heliodor's bottom. I'm going to go to the dungeon lower floor first, just to go see if I can get anything else. So if you all see your mini map, or I guess if you open up your map, you can see that there is a new kind of key. It's gray. We do not have that key yet, and I honestly do not have any idea where all of those key places are. I'm probably going to have to write them down at some point. Please move out of the way. But yeah, you can see right here, there's a new keyhole. Please move, man. Please move. You too. But yeah, I guess I'm going to go ahead and get everything that is in this area before I leave. I can't get that just yet. Please, man, come on. The Dullahan. This is the, I think, this is the specific enemy that you can take the shield from. I don't know what shield it is, but it's a decent shield, but I don't really care to grab it from these enemies at the moment, and I don't care to grind for it. Especially considering we don't have Eric in our party to even attempt to try to steal them. There we go.
All is well that ends
True,
well.
Hendrik. You're a bit too cheesy when it comes to your lines, though. Mini medal, yeah. I don't know what this one is, but it doesn't really matter. This is where we started, and there is this hole to escape. I don't want to use that hole. Pause on that. But yeah, I guess we'll be coming here one more time to open that that area that has a key. Please move out of the way, you guys. I'm very busy at the moment, so if you'll excuse me, I gotta go upstairs. I don't know what that said, but I'm going to assume what it said was if you have a party member that's pepped up and you want to save them for later, put them in your lineup in the back burner. I explained that very poorly when I was talking about using Hallelujah with Eric and Jade. I didn't really explain that. Whenever you have somebody pepped up, you could just put them in the back burner of your party, and the pep up power will never run out. A platinum sword. How well does that? Oh, we have a platinum sword. Never mind. But yeah, that's just something I never really explained properly. But yeah, if you put somebody in the back burner that's pepped up, they will not lose the pep power if they are not on the field. So that's just how that works. Wait, let me read that one more time. I saw a name. The binding is almost completely worn through, and I can only just make out the words. Ydra stained, secrets of ye heart. On the faded, okay. For a moment I was like, I thought I saw a name that's important there. National treasures. Number 106, the Shield of Heliodor. Our tale begins with the first king Zvadras and his retinue resting, okay. The great black dragon heard the news and decided that this would be the perfect opportunity to slay the king of Zvadras, launched a blazing assault on the city. As the citizens of Heliodor flew into panic, a lone knight stood before them with his arms outstretched, doing all that he could to protect them from the foul lizard's wrath. So greatly moved was the king of Zvadras by the knight's selfless bravery that he presented him with a fine shield in the shape of a great black dragon scale. To this day, the fabulous treasure can be found in Heliodor. The king may choose to present it to any knight he deems worthy of the honor and responsibility of the role it represents. First knight of the realm. Okay, good to know in case we ever get that item. The devil's in the details. Okay, we learned how to make demon's banes, demon spears, and demon whips. And devil's tails. It's a little late to be getting the information for devil's tails, but good to know that I guess we finally have that. You don't really, I don't really care to go for that just yet. I will go over to this room. Again, we are exploring everything before we leave. Anything of interest? Nope, not really. Anything in here? No, yes, maybe. Nothing really, unfortunately. I know, Hendrik, my bad for bringing you all the way over here just for me to go exploring, but like, we gotta find whatever we can. Oh, maybe I am supposed to go through here. And then it's gonna be like a cutscene being like, oh great, we can't go through here. We're supposed to be able to go through here. What do we do? And then Hendrik's like, I remember there being something over there where, like, you know, the king used to use it. And then, like, it's like, okay, well, like, I could have used it before, but then you just didn't let me. We do be sneaking around him. And there's absolutely nothing here. Awesome! Can you move, bro? How are you so big that you take up the entire hallway, man? Move! Yeah. Please get out of here, man.
Behind me!
Oh, okay. Hendrik's been serving as a lot of like a shield, if that makes sense, or like the person who's taking all the damage. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Okay, let's go this way. You, Soldier Boy, tell him! I love this enemy. This is what I was talking about when I was referring to Dora in Gray.
Even the great stairway lies in ruins.
Ah, that's why we can't go up there. I'm sure we could climb up there, Hendrik. We're very strong, burly men.
Usurper will be in the throne room, if he is anywhere. He must be found and punished, which means we must seek another way up.
Yep. Oh, and now we're all the way over here. But before I continue, we're going over here. And I do remember... Simba, remember who you are? No, not these pods, but I'm just breaking them just in case I never did when I went over here. We need to touch the Yggdrasil root. And this, I believe, should tell us where to go. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can take a sip of this protein drink that I've got. Oh, never mind. It's not going to tell us where to go.
Come, Jasper. Do your
Interesting.
worst.
Ever since they were youngins.
If you insist. Curse you, Hendrik. Brute strength wins the day again.
It is good to see two young men with such spirit.
Huh?
But I order you to cease your horseplay and greet our latest arrival. I present Princess Jade.
Oh, you handle her with such care. That's so nice.
When you grow older, you will be the guardians of this great kingdom. I am counting on you. And now, so is she.
With
My bad for leaving it so quiet. I was chugging that protein drink.
We will surely be the greatest knights this kingdom has ever seen. Long may we protect the princess and all her people. Jasper, are you listening to me? What is this?
The book, Hendrik. Do you not read? Oh, okay.
Why, the shield of Heliodor, of course. Symbol of the kingdom's greatest knights. His Majesty keeps it in his private
I was reading about that book. Matter of fact.
If we are destined to become such men one day, one of us will surely wear it. I would very much like to see it. Wouldn't you?
And how do you propose to do that? One cannot simply stroll into the king's chambers uninvited.
Big true, Hendrik.
Oh, I have my ways. I just so happened to spy a certain someone treating himself to a midnight feast in the kitchens.
Who was it, man?
None other than His Royal Majesty. He slithered out of a secret passage behind the
Bruh.
cupboard and set about the leftovers. That passage must lead to his chambers.
You devil! You've solved the mystery of his bulging belly. The queen will make you an earl for such a service to the kingdom.
We meet
When
in
did they
the
become
kitchen
so
at midnight.
serious, man?
Agreed?
Hendrik seemed like he was very fun to be around.
Agreed.
When did he become so serious? So, like, dutiful. More cutscene, man. We're skipping a lot. Time skip moment. One Piece moment.
Of course. The passage to the king's chambers. But what was that?
See,
A vision?
I'm just built like that. The 5D chess calling
So
out
this
the
is
thing
your
where I
power,
was like,
luminary?
oh, this is where we need to go,
You are
but
able
then
to draw
we don't know
the
about it
memories
just yet until we
amassed
get the
within the world
cutscene.
tree to pry into others' pasts. Very impressive.
Yeah, you're finally able to see, Hendrik, that I'm able to do this.
The kitchen is on the north side of the castle, beyond the banqueting hall. Come.
But, you know, it's very interesting that I'm able to still use the roots of Yggdrasil, despite not having the mark on me. But, like, I kind of had the mark on me for a time being, so maybe that's alluding to something. I still want to fight this one because I like this enemy a lot. The Iron Maiden, I absolutely love the design for these. I don't love it when they are 500 meters tall and we're fighting them on the other side, man. That's the only time I don't like them. But when it's like this, very small, I absolutely adore this design because it's really cutesy and intimidating. It is a really good design. One of my all-time favorite enemies in Dragon Quest at this point. Just the Iron Maidens. And like I said, I don't know if it specifically happens with this version of the enemy or if it's much later on, but there is a version of that enemy that can trap specific party members inside of itself. That way they do not attack. They are unable to move and all that stuff, all that good stuff. So I guess, yeah, just keep your guard up when it comes to that. Just renders you unable to move, unable to act, unable to do anything. And I believe you cannot undo that until you just defeat the enemy. So, really cool all in all. Yes, it do be wobbling, wow, baby, wobble. There we go, 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 there we go.
I did not make it here that night.
Particle accelerator be
I
like.
was caught trying to slip out of my chambers. The king made me polish all the armor in the castle.
Dang.
Jasper was disgusted with me. We had a furious argument. We had so many in those days.
Interesting.
But there was more happiness than strife. Life was simple. We had a purpose. We would have stood together in defense of Heliodor no matter what.
So, Hendrik, what happened then?
I have treated you poorly. Forgive me.
Thank you. Finally. That's all you needed to say, man.
My loyalties have been tested, but not by you. Whatever lies ahead, we must face it together. Will you stand beside me?
See, now I'm willing to say yes. At first, I was like, I don't know, because you were treating me like garbage. You were like, you wanted me dead by all accords. All you had to say was, I'm sorry. And, you know, you're willing to show me, you're willing to, like, express to me, and willing to prove to me that I can trust you. At that point, oh yeah, absolutely. Come on board, man. By all means, I'm willing to, you know, allow you to come back. But without, ooh, King's Axes, ooh. That's what I've been waiting for. Axe moment. But yeah, as long as you're willing to make that first step, the baby steps in admitting something, then by all means, come back. There's a massive, boring-looking book here entitled Proceedings of the 36th Annual Conference on Heliodorian Development. Okay. We heave it down to take a closer look. The margins are filled with mouth-watering drawings of cakes and tarts. Each picture is accompanied by detailed notes describing the fabulous flavors of delectable desserts. Okay. Exquisite pairing. Okay, it's mousse. You know, whatever. Mousse. Mickey Mouse, M-I-C-K-Y-M-O-U-S-E. Or, if you're the newer generation, M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E. But not with that much, you know, excitement or, I don't know. Okay, there's an old-time one, okay, diary covered in child scribbling. Is this Jade's? With faltering lines, okay, a pair of matchsticks. One of them has a beard, the other is wearing a ribbon. Beneath the illustration, it says, "My daddy and me." How nice. Hello, Taco. Goodbye, Taco. Do be going invisible on me. Another one. Little lifesavers. Care rings, ring of riddance, rings of immunity. There's a lot more rings. That is a lot of rings. I don't really care for them though. I don't really use rings when it comes to Dragon Quest characters. Marquess Mittens. I think that's the right way to pronounce it. I pronounce thee dead. I want to go back down because I want to go see, you know, last little bit before I continue. There's a toggle over there. I know that one of these is the king's room. One of these is actually the king's room. Wayfarer's clothes. We don't really need that. It's not that good of a thing at the moment. King Carnelian behind the throne. Having seen several generations of his line, I can say with some certainty that King Carnelian is a rare breed of monarch, possessed of all the qualities required in truly great leader. Nice. I do remember seeing that. Despite him being in the lowest of low, he do be showing leadership. I remember that. Both loved and feared by populace. He is like a father to them. Kind yet stern. I do remember seeing that. Firm yet fair. Not since the days of the great king of old has our nation been so blessed. Though his face may have grown hard and lined since the terrible events that took place a few short years ago, some might say that this has added a certain depth that improves him yet further. Okay, to have so resolutely overcome such grief and yet still led his nation boldly onwards is surely a sign that Carnelian is a king among kings. Interesting. Unfortunate that he got possessed, you know. In my books, I'd say maybe that puts somebody else, like other kings, above him. But, like, what do I know? We've got, like, some really weird people in power. We've got the Sultan, who's a little goofy. One of the kings died from Sniffleheim. Bars! Hey, yo! And then, you know... Oh, cool, gold bars. And then, you know, unfortunately, our late father, R.I.P. R.I.P. to the king. And, yeah. And I guess there was Rab, I guess, that was former king. But, like, he reads a lot of pervy books, the Ogler's Digest. Erdrian Geographic. Okay. But yeah, when it comes to, like, kings, when you have that amount of choices, I guess technically he does come out on top. Of the many nations, both large and small, that make up Erdria, there are 5. The so-called Great 5. Oh, shoot. Big 3? Nah. The Great 5. That stand above all others in the eyes of the world. Ancient Honorable Dungersville, Steadfast, and Sony Heliodor, Gallopolis, Sniffleheim, and last but not least, Zvajras. Okay, cool. These 5 nations guide the world, meeting every few years at the great conference known as Kalakui. I think that I may have messed up the pronunciation. That might be Kalakui? I'm not sure. I really don't know. Of kings in order to steer the course of Erdrian affairs in a direction agreeable to all. Awesome. I guess more lore, I guess, if you all are interested in that. Is there anything over here before I leave? Nope. Hi and bye, Taco. I think there is just a boss fight. Ooh, the Iron Maidens. Love them. It's a treasure chest that they're defending. There is a way downstairs. The throne room is right there, but I kind of want to go downstairs. Which direction am I fitting? That's upstairs, my bad. Upstairs. Is upstairs the way that I'm supposed to go? It is not, so I guess the throne room is where I'm supposed to be going. But I do want to explore here really quickly before I leave. There was, I think, one area that I completely forgot to get a mini medal in. I believe, at least. I'm not quite sure. Let me just go check if it's even accessible. Hello, Iron Maiden. Please don't tell me this is where I'm supposed to go. I don't even think I can access it at the moment. It doesn't look like I can access it. Oh well. Yeah, because it was out here. Yeah, I can't access it. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to come here at a much later point in time. I believe there was a mini medal over there that I missed. But such is life. My bad. Hello, Iron Maiden. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the throne room. Enough stalling. Let's go ahead and go see if there is a boss fight waiting for us. I would love to fight another Iron Maiden, but we are at the 41-minute mark, and I just kind of want to see if I can get this episode done with. I probably should have equipped that that helmet to increase my defense. Spooky. Ooh. Oh, I think I remember this. This is actually a tough boss fight if I remember. You're a fan of the slow
You
clap.
have done well to make it here, old friend. And with the Darkspawn in tow, no less. Oh, bravo.
Jasper.
He's kind of looking purple.
No.
Hendrik, hold up. Hold your horses, man.
Temper, temper. Brute force may have won the day once upon a time, but things are very different now.
Yeah, Jasper's looking a little purple, if I'm being honest.
Why? Why did you give yourself to the darkness? What of our pact? We swore fealty to Heliodor. We promised to protect the kingdom together.
Why? You, of all people, ask me why?
You do be having a pretty good laugh, I'm not gonna lie. Matter of like, you purple and all,
Does
you're
something
despicable, but
amuse
like, you got a pretty good
traitor?
laugh.
It is I who must ask you why, surely. Why is it that you always thought yourself so much better than me?
I think you're thinking of things differently. I think you took things too personally, Jasper.
Why was it always you who was given the golden opportunities? Why was it always you who got just what you wanted? Why? Tell me why!
Jasper took things a little too personally, but I don't think he ever spoke about it with Hendrik. Maybe if they had spoken about it, maybe things would have been different. Maybe things wouldn't have gone this way. Because I honestly think Hendrik didn't know any of this information at all. If Hendrik would have known, maybe he would have, you know, like apologized or like tried to be a bit more, you know, sympathetic towards Jasper. And Jasper just kind of held in his emotions, all his thoughts, and was spiteful and held,
Well, no more.
was very petty.
I will be second best no longer. I know the truth now. Love, dreams, light, friendship, all these count for naught.
It's easy to think that way. I've been close to thinking like
All
that.
that matters is power. And the only power that matters is that of the
Maybe not in
darkness.
that aspect. Absolutely not in that aspect.
There is one who sees the worth in me, who deserves my fealty, who gives me the power I crave. And all who stand in his way must be destroyed.
I don't know if he sees the worth in you. I think he sees more of a person being used. And a very easy chess piece to move around. Thank you, Hendrik, for defending me.
I lost
Without me
my hometown,
even asking you to, you did that. Thank you very
my
much.
family, and my friends, all to the dark power that you serve. I lost my faith and my purpose. Though some called me hero, I believed I was a fraud, and that I was powerless to protect them. But I can protect them. I must. And there is one I must protect above all others.
Who that, Hendrik? RGGY?
It is the Luminary's duty to deliver the world from evil. And it is my duty to protect him.
Finally, you've come around, buddy boy.
Jasper, you are a traitor to your kingdom, a servant of evil, and a threat to the servant of light. I sentence you to death.
Really, old friend? Forgive me if I do not begin quaking just yet.
Yeah. Hendrik, you can, I mean, you could talk all you
Let us
want,
end
but
this
like,
farce.
unless we got the manpower to do this, unless we got the manpower to back it up, I don't think we can really do much. There we go.
You will outdo me no longer, Hendrik. This time it is I who have been chosen, and you who will fade into obscurity.
All right.
Jasper.
No boss fight. No boss fight. Boss fight. Yes. No. Boss fight. Tell me if there's a boss fight. There it is. I was like, all right, let's get ready to go. And then I was like, hang on. Before I say that, boss fight, yes, no? Because, like, did I come here just for what?
Met, worms! I am Tyriant, servant of the Lord of Shadows and proud bearer of the title of Spectral Sentinel. You would return.
I'm gonna give you a new title, man.
Fools!
I'm gonna give you the title of Spectral Dumbass.
The age of darkness looms. All is as the Lord of Shadows wills it.
Kind of sounds like Skeletor, if I'm being honest.
The dawn shall not return to this place.
Hey, man! Yeah.
Now, step forward, friends. Eternal night
I don't know about no damn Eternal Night, but like, you do have a quite amusing voice, sounding like Skeletor. You do. You are kind of funny, man.
Will be ours.
I'm gonna go ahead and sword stance. Thank you for, I guess, trying to be my shield. Oh, you're also doing a sword stance.
Lights out.
Interesting. I don't think I can snooze you, but I will try. Ah, oh well. Or Barons. Thank you, Hendrik. I don't really have anything strong. I could use the superior medicine on myself, but like I do kind of want to attack. I don't think this guy specifically in metal, so I think we're just gonna have to go ahead and attack. Don't worry about me, Hendrik. I can heal myself. I can heal myself. Zammel! More heal. Yeah, don't worry about me, Hendrik. I can heal myself. You keep giving that good fight. Oh. Well, I at least know which one is which. But we should probably get rid of the shadow as well.
Do not give.
Thank you, Hendrik. This is really not good. What? Okay, cool. I was about to say, like, what? How are you going to be lowering my defense when you did? He's hoping that it can't do a pet power with itself. Thank you, Hendrik. I'm gonna sword stance again, although it's not really doing much. Ugh, this isn't good.
Luminary.
Thank you, Hendrik. I need a better way of doing damage. I'm gonna go after this guy. Because I think we need to get rid of him, because if he continues to create doppelgangers, then there's really gonna be no way to stop him. Ooh, not good. I think I did block something. I can't really do a pet power now, can I? I'm just gonna more heal myself. Don't worry, Hendrik, you keep attacking. Oh, he did it in the wrong direction, but it said it was going towards Hendrik. I guess that might be why he missed. The shadow is almost done for. So I'll continue to go after this guy. Oh man, he parried one. Maybe I should have put one of like my elixirs on myself or something. That way I could have continued to do more attacks. God damn! Why the fuck do you have that much goddamn HP? I fucking bet I get a fucking level up, cause like what the hell is that?
No! My darling darkness! Do not leave me! Do not let the light prevail!
Obsidian. Thank the heavens I have one truly faithful friend.
I don't even feel like
Darkness may have dissipated,
giving that fucking
but we
horse,
cannot
you know,
know
like
what
more
toll the battle took.
compliments for having a sick ass name. That was a
We
fucking
must return to
ridiculous
the
ass
last
boss fight.
bastion and see what, if anything, remains.
Thank you all so much for fucking watching, man. Like this is like I'm tired. I was gonna record more this night, It's still early into the fucking night. I'm not recording shit anymore because like that was way too much. I'm too fucking drained from this thing. Next time we'll be making our return trip all the way back over to the last bastion. I am sorry that I'm such in a pissy mood right now, but that was just fucking ridiculous. See you all then.